From Nobel Park, this is the Pegasus Cup 2017, featuring Rebels SC, Hugo, and San Diego Real Madrid. Hello again, everybody. I'm Greg, GK Porter for GK Sports. We're at the game. These two teams in the under 13 category. Flight 1, Bracket A. Time to shift colors for all you sailors out there, past and present. As the center ref, make sure both of the keepers are ready, and we're underway now. Going from left to right is San Diego Real Madrid, and right to left is the Rebels SC. Quick touch that time by that was Hiregi, and then now it's all the way back where the keeper for the Rebels has to sweep that ball to the near side. As the first shot for San Diego Real Madrid on target. The near side, Hiregi trying to make the move. Brianna, but that ball is knocked out of play by San Diego Real Madrid. Taylor Gobbett will throw it in. Gobbett finds a teammate, back to Gobbett, sends it towards the area, but it's intercepted. And now running onto it is Hiregi. Hiregi on the near side. Hiregi now trying to get a through ball there, and the defenders are playing well for San Diego Real Madrid. Nicely done as they get it out of danger. 0-0 your score on a nice day here at Nobel Field number 1 in the Pegasus Cup 2017. Gobbett trying to make a move, but they wouldn't allow her to go any further now. And now it is space, though. With it is Ochoa sending it into the area now, her teammate. And that time it was Montano getting it out wide, but they can't handle it out wide. However, they still have it. Zarella Navarro sends it in the corner now. Her teammate running onto it, and it is going to be an offsides call. So they were offsides on the play, and it'll be a free kick now for San Diego Real Madrid. Their first one of the match. And San Diego Real Madrid, SD Real Madrid trying to work out of their own defensive half. And in the corner still, the Rebels now putting pressure on them again. Aaliyah Montano in the corner. Montano tried to turn, but the defender was there. Nicely done that time. To protect into space, and then it went off of Montano. And now it's going to be a goal kick. So the goal kick for SD Real Madrid in this 0-0 match early on. Hopefully you can grab a beverage or a snack, maybe both to enjoy this one. 30-minute halves. And intercepted now. Sent out wide by the Rebels now. Here's Yamas. Yamas sends an early ball and can't get it into the area. It was intercepted, nicely done, but they do get another strike now off of a bounce towards the area, but it is intercepted and sent upfield. However, the all-white of the Rebels still on that soccer ball attack. But in wide side with Taylor Gobbett. Gobbett now into space trying to get it, and does get it for a moment, but then right there was Mia Lopez for SD Real Madrid, and it went off of her and a throw in. Rebels SC now in the corner. 0-0 your score. Just the opening of the match. Both teams trying to see what they can do to get some quality shots on their opposing keeper. And that ball goes out of play.
Everybody in your place, get ready for the balls. Come on, let's go, ladies. Don't let it blow.
So it'll be a goal kick. Setting it up there was Nairith Ramirez.
Step up. No.
Ramirez Sends it down the central. Trying to get somebody to run onto it, but can't. So back with it are the Rebels now. Hiregi, and Hiregi can't go any further. Nice defensive play to keep Hiregi from going any further for the Rebels. However, the Rebels have it again. They are content right now to play in the defensive half of SD Real Madrid. Hiregi, nice effort there and sending it forward, but intercepted. And the back line seems to be doing the job despite pressure here for SD Real Madrid. Rebels continuing the pressure on the wide side. And now running onto it is Blanco. Blanco still on the soccer ball. And it's going to turn out to be a foul on the play. First foul for the Rebels in this match. Second foul, or second free kick for SD Real Madrid now. All the way up forward now, as trying to get to it that time was Chavoya. And Chavoya was taken off the soccer ball, and now upfield, they do win it. SD Real Madrid, and it goes all the way to a Rebel player who sends it right back where it came from in midfield. And Mia Lopez going after it, and Lopez can't keep it in. So it's a throw-in for Kirsten Yamas. Yamas throws it in, intercepted by Ruiz, but the Rebels get it back now on a run on the right flank there, and that's Montano now. Montano still on a soccer ball, and it goes out of play. Finally getting that ball out of danger for SD Real Madrid was Flores, as Montano had a good run down the right flank. They throw it in. Looking this time for Justice Houston, and it is now sent out of play quickly by SD Real Madrid. In this 0-0 match, hopefully you're enjoying all the action here on a wonderful day up here off the 805, north of the 52, San Diego County. The corner kick, the first one of the match, and this one goes over top of frame. As not a bad service there, and it went right off of Montano, and then a quick shot, but it was wide of frame. So the Rebels getting their first shot of the match. After their first corner kick of the match. Down the left flank for SD Real Madrid, and working with it that time was Brooke Yates, but a heavy touch and a throw in for the Rebels. Yates now tries to, after the intercept, try to keep on, but she could not possess that soccer ball. Now she does, sends the ball in some space, trying to get her teammate to run onto it, and that's Chavoya, and then sends it back towards Yates, but Yates never got it, and the Rebels have it now. Justice Houston, in Houston now, sending that ball left-footed all the way down to central, but intercepted. And they have it now with Ruiz. Ruiz sending that ball now. She was looking for that time Rodriguez. She never got it. And so now they have it on the near side, but it's taken away. Nicely done by Riley Johnson. But you can't go any further there as they have a player there in the space, and it goes out of play. Throw in now by Giselle Rodriguez. Rodriguez trying to work up forward that time to Chavoya, but it didn't get there. As good protecting there along the left flank by the Rebels, sending it out of play. It's going to be a throw-in, though, for San Diego Real Madrid. Real Madrid now trying to turn as Chavoya, but she couldn't. But there's a touch by the Rebels, and she gets support now. Nicely done by Blanco, sending it into space now off of a quick touch by Rodriguez, and it goes out of play off of the Rebels. So it's going to be a throw-in now, as working their offensive game here in the last minute here is San Diego Real Madrid. And so they'll throw it in from the near side. Greg GK Porter with you. GK Sports, we're at the game. Coming in now into the match is Amanda Howard for SD Real Madrid. Howard gets a quick touch, but nobody there. And the Rebels try to run onto it, but not able to hold on to it is Riley Johnson. And so it's going to be a throw-in for SD Real Madrid. Chavoya throws it in. Xandria in the space looking for Yates. Yates ran by it. And in the space, they do get another player to try to run onto it. But it's going to turn out to be a free kick now, as it was a foul on a play by SD Real Madrid. After the free kick, Rebels getting it back after the giveaway. And now trying to run onto it is Lopez. Lopez does and sends it forward. Lopez, it was an intercept, and Lopez tried to get it again but could not. And it was taken away. Now running onto it is Syria Blanco. Blanco was dispossessed there by Llamas. But Blanco retrieves it back. Blanco into space, and it's touched down by Montano. So SD Real Madrid will get a chance to throw it in. Mia Lopez now. And actually that turned out to be a foul on the play and on the Rebels, as they got another free kick, the third one of the match. SD Real Madrid there, a quick touch by Mia Lopez, and now it goes over to Pulido, and Pulido's dispossessed there, but gets support by Casarena, and then on the near side, the Rebels intercepted and sent it forward, and it is knocked out of play. They didn't get the kind of touch they wanted to defensively, and so now it'll be a throw-in. Taylor Gobbett will throw it in for the Rebels. It is 0-0 match. Gobbett will throw it in. And finally, the Rebels now trying to attack, but it's taken away quickly. Now they have to play defense. They send it on an air ball into midfield, but SD Real Madrid trying to keep it going forward, but nicely done by Houston. Justice Houston sending it forward now, getting it over to Montano, and Montano was bodied heavily that time, and it goes out of play off of Syria Blanco. The throw in by the Rebels. Intercepted by Real Madrid, trying to go forward, but getting back there nicely that time was Maya Booth, sending the ball all the way across midfield now. Here's Justice Houston sending it forward. Justice looking for Montano in the corner, and it's knocked out of play quickly by Jalea Ruiz. Nice job by Jalea. A throw in for the Rebels. The Rebels on the right flank now. It's in the area, popped up nicely by Ramirez. Ramirez sends that ball out of play. Ramirez didn't want to get behind her, and that's exactly what the Rebels wanted to do. The throw in now by the Rebels on the far side touchline, intercepted and out of play, and this time it's going to be a corner kick. So a corner kick coming up for the Rebels. This will be their second corner of the match. Rebels only with one shot so far in the match. Let's see what they do with this set piece here. The right footed set piece is intercepted going upfield, but running it down nicely is Jalea Navarro, but Navarro lost possession and trying to go with it, and nicely done getting around Navarro is Howard. Howard couldn't go any further as Navarro got a piece of it, and it goes all the way back upfield to Venegas. Venegas just driving it out of play. Didn't want it to get behind her. So the throw in now by Syria Blanco. Blanco looks forward to Howard, but Howard gave it away, and it's driven out of play though by the Rebels. So it'll be a throw in by San Diego Real Madrid in the attacking third. Mia Lopez will throw it in a far side touchline off their left flank. 0-0 your score still in the first half. Parents moving, give her a little bit of space there to throw it in. You don't have a lot of room over here at the field setups over here. Nobel Park recreational area. And this ball is sent across midfield, across the area, the top of the area now. Chavoya finds a teammate now, gets it over to Blanco. Blanco now finds that Riley Johnson drives it out of play for the Rebels. So SD Real Madrid will throw it in, and they're in the attacking third now, continuing in that presence. In this 0-0 score in the Pegasus Cup 2017. In the corner, the throw in. See Hugo Martinez making sure that his players know what he needs from them. Rebels throwing it in. Gobbett trying to handle it. Gobbett under a lot of pressure, and it's going to be Gobbett knocking it out of play. So it'll be a throw-in by, actually that was knocked out of play by Chavoya. And so nice play by Gobbett. And Gobbett has it now. Chest traps it up in the air, 50-50 ball. Chavoya, but it went back upfield. However, a teammate was right there, and that was Polito. Polito sending it forward, intercepted now. Polito gets another touch onto the near side. It's Yates now. Yates into the corner, and it goes out of play on a heavy touch by Brooke Yates. Throw in for the Rebels. Rebels on the near side, out of their own defensive half. Knocked up into the air by Brooke Yates. Yates sending it forward, and it turns out to be a save by the keeper for the Rebels. And so that is the second shot for Real Madrid. On target. On the wide side of the field now. Justice Houston falls down, and let's see. That's going to turn out to be a free kick for the Rebels now. They get their second free kick of the match. Second foul for San Diego Real Madrid. Some fresh players coming in. If we miss any of the fresh players that come into the match, we'll mention them as they touch that soccer ball. I know one of them there was number 22 coming into the match. That was Urias coming into the match. Urias coming into the match, and the save by the keeper. SD Real Madrid. 2 shots now. The Rebels. One of them being on target. The throw in now all the way into the 18-yard area there. And the penalty area is saved. Nicely done. As a errant touch that time by Jalea Ruiz, and it went all the way behind her, and the save had to be made. So the Rebels getting their third shot. Another one on target. In the corner now as they continue to work to try to get a play. Here's the Ruiz. Ruiz strikes it forward. Ruiz up forward to Mia Lopez, and Lopez now to midfield, but the Rebels winning it, sending it all the way back in their defensive half. Running onto it now is Heregi. Heregi getting it forward now, but her teammate couldn't handle it, Aloha Espiritu, and it goes out of play. If Aloha could have handled that ball into space, they had an opportunity for a pretty good shot on the near side. With it is SD Real Madrid, and they send it out of play. Rebels will throw it in the near side touchline. And it's touched out of play. Spiritu was trying to get to it. The throw in. Into space trying to get it is Ochoa. But her teammate now sending it forward all the way along the near side flank. Ramirez running it down. Ramirez trying to keep the Rebel player from getting it. And Ramirez keeps it in. Nicely done. Over to Chavoya. And Chavoya falls down. No foul called. And in space now as they try to get into the area, and they do. And it is taken away quickly. Nicely done by the back line and the outside defenders for SD Real Madrid in this match. They've been doing the types of things they need to do to keep that ball from being a very, very tough shot on the keeper. SD Real Madrid now with the free kick. This is their fourth free kick of the match. Third foul. On the soccer ball now is Alyssa. That's Alyssa Polito. And her teammate sends it forward. That's Sofia Lopez now. They get another strike. And here's danger now in the area now. And it goes over to the keeper. As another on-target shot by SD Real Madrid. They get their third shot of the match and third on target. as the Rebels keeper had to make another save. In the corner now, and it's trying to get to it is Yates. And it goes down to the ground there, and coming out with it, nicely done, is Medivel Urias. And Medivel Urias is over there trying to protect and her teammates, and they do so. Nicely done in the area. Houston down the right flank now. As the Rebels continue on with Aaliyah Montano. Montano sending the ball forward, but nicely done in the midfield, but they win it back. Montano does, and Montano sends the ball forward off of the Real Madrid player. Montano throws it in. Montano, nicely done. Good work in the space there. Into the corner now. Her teammate trying to stay with it. Brianna hit Eggy, but it was knocked out by SD Real Madrid, so they'll get another corner kick. So the Rebels will get their third corner kick of the match. In its nil bracket play match of the Pegasus Cup holders, 13 through 19 years of age. And they get a substitution, the Rebels do, right before this corner kick. Which team will put one into the back of the net? And a nice one into the area now. That's Urias. And Urias runs onto it again. Marivel, and sends it over to her teammate now. It's swept forward. And another touch. Nicely done into the area. They just can't get another strike into central that time. And swept now again. And this one is going to be past the goal line. Another shot for the Rebels. That one not on target. Fourth shot of the match. Just trying to keep San Diego Real Madrid in their own defensive half. They've had flurries like that in this first half. Nothing to show for it, though. As we wind down in the first half. Off a deflection now, trying to get it, and Riley Johnson ends up with it and gets it over to Hidegi. Hidegi sends a ball a little wide, and the keeper, did she touch it? If so, it's going to be a corner kick. And that looks like that's the case. It looks like she got a piece of that ball. And now it's going to be that CK, the fourth CK for the Rebels in the first half. This one is right on line and up over the top of frame. Nicely done that time by SD, or by the Rebels. And that was Aloha Espiritu, who tried to put that one in the back of the net. She had the right idea. They just missed out on it. SD Real Madrid across midfield, and getting back there is Maya Booth, sending that ball forward now. And running onto it is Blanco. Blanco down the left flank. Sends an early ball. Looking for somebody over on the left flank, but having a hard time because Taylor Gobbett is there. And Gobbett doing a fine job of getting that ball out of play. That ball heads now over, and it actually turns out to be a shot for SD Real Madrid. And they get their fourth shot of the match. Fourth on target. On the near side, Rebels working out of their own half, getting back into the attacking area again. It goes out of play on the near side, but Isabel Ochoa sending that ball down the left flank. And if nothing less, making SD Real Madrid play in their own defensive half and trying to work out of it. Hidegi putting pressure there, but it's taken away. But they have somebody right there at midfield who sends it right back into the defensive half for SD Real Madrid now. But they're able to get a touch. Nicely done by Lopez, working hard in the space. Her teammate sends it across, nearly a handball for the Rebels, but now it's sent across midfield. And running onto it is Riley Johnson. Nice, good first touch there, but did not find her teammate. So now Lopez sending it across midfield. Lopez tried to go with Brooke Yates, but she was dispossessed. And that ball comes to the near side and out of play. And it's 0-0 match. Hustling by both young sets of young ladies there. And on the near side again, they hustle to try to keep that ball in play. Sofia Lopez, number 10, involved in both of those sequences. For SD Real Madrid. And it is now the end of the first half. So a very eventful first half. Nothing on the sheet. It's a clean sheet still, as we'll go to the second half. 0-0. Stick with us. We'll be right back with the second half of action. Nobel Field number 1 between the Rebels and the San Diego Real Madrid. So we're all set here in this Girls Under 13 Pegasus Cup match, bracket play match in Nobel Field number 1. So it's time to shift colors for all you sailors out there, past and present. We are underway. Going from right to left is SD Real Madrid, and left to right are the Rebels in white. You saw the statistics of the first half and the highlights. And now here we are in the second half. The throw-in for the Rebels on the far side touchline. And they were looking for a player in the space, didn't get it. So it goes out of play, but they'll have another opportunity to throw it in. Intercepted by Chavoya. And they get the touch right over there to Blanco. Blanco sends the ball in some space there. Running by it was a player in the space with the Rebels, but the nicely done controlling the soccer ball is Daniela Flores. But there's going to be a foul. The foul working against the Rebels, the first one here in the second half. And SD Real Madrid, they get their first free kick in the second half. And now there is a problem with the numbers. And maybe a number has to be added on to one of the SD Real Madrid players. 0-0 your score. And this bracket play match. Bracket A, Flight 1. And the ball driven forward for SD Real Madrid. Trying to run onto it is Navarro, and Navarro could not run onto it, and it now is driven on by Flores. Flores now getting it over to the teammate. And that ball is taken away by the Rebels. Rebels intent on going upfield. And quickly they get a nice strike forward. But getting there in the space was Jalea Ruiz. And that ball is intercepted. And from the near side now, here's the Rebels now. Quickly on the run. Montano sending ball in the central. And they just could not quite get what they wanted out of that. Hidegi was down there in the central in the area. And she ran over a player. And her teammate was wide of her. The ball caromed over to Espiritu. And Espiritu just missed it. Just missed the net on a nice run by her. So, nice play there by the Rebels, getting another shot, their first shot in the second half. And now we have players on the near side and it goes out of play. It'll be a throw-in now for SD Real Madrid. And on the near side, it is driven across midfield now. And back for the Rebels to try to make a move on the near side. And they throw in SD Real Madrid and kept in. Nicely done on the near side, or they thought they did. But it doesn't happen to be that way. So Marvel Urias gives way to her teammate to throw it in. All the way into the corner. And that's Gabat who threw it in. And running onto it is Hiregi. Hiregi had a goal! Go, 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 go. Nice play, but Hiregi is hurt. Brianna on the left knee there, it looks like. And she's not feeling good right now. As her great attempt to get to that soccer ball and try to put it in the back of the net was successful, and it is 1-0. The Rebels lead. Nice play, tough play for Brianna Hiregi, but Hiregi is able to put it in the back of the net. And we are only 4 minutes into the second half, and now somebody has a score in this game. So it took nearly 35 minutes for a goal to be put into the back of the net. But now we have one. So it is 1-0. Hiregi was going to be able to make the play. And she ran into resistance, but still was able to slide it past the defender in the space and get it in the back of the net. And Brianna is walking off on her own power. So hopefully she will be able to come back into the match. But her teammates lead now 1-0. And now, if you're SD Real Madrid, you know what you got to do. You've got some work to do to try and get a tie score. Here is SD Real Madrid on the restart now. In the central. And that is the Rebels now. They send it across midfield. And a quick touch there that time by Yamas. And we have a foul on the play, and it's going to work against the Rebels. And it's a first foul on SD on the Rebels here in the second half. Actually, the second foul, and it's the second free kick for SD Real Madrid. They're sixth in the match. It goes out of play now as the ball went upfield and then driven back out of play, back in the defensive half of SD Real Madrid. And trying to keep it in was, as you saw there, was Syria Blanco, and Blanco could not. Gabat throws it in, and nobody there. So the throw in now for SD Real Madrid. Ruiz sending the ball all the way to the central, but intercepted by the Rebels. They get another touch to midfield. Gabat, and now a strike forward by Kirsten Yamas, and it goes out of play. 1-0, the Rebels lead here at the second half. And we'll see what happens with San Diego Real Madrid in the rest of this half in their efforts to try to come back and win this soccer match. Gobbett off a quick strike into space now. And on it there is McClendon sending it forward, but there was a player there in the space to drive it out of play for SD Real Madrid. Gobbett throwing it in. On the near side, it goes out of play. So SD Real Madrid will throw it in and down their left flank, but Gobbett is there not to allow him to go too much further. But they will be able to throw it in after it's touched out. SD Real Madrid, the throw in by that time Mia Lopez, and it goes out of play. Couldn't find somebody down the left flank. Lopez goes down, no call. The Rebels now with the soccer ball, they send it forward. Ruiz sends that ball back to the central. However, the Rebels still on it. The Rebels now trying to continue on and get a goal, and that was a nice run there by Aliyah Montano down the central, and they have to make a save. Their first one in the second half. Of course, the other one was put into the back of the net as the Rebels with their second shot. On target on both shots to the wide side now. Back to Montano. Montano just north of the area, and now with it is McClendon. McClendon now sends the ball forward. It's intercepted momentarily, as getting onto it there was Casarena, and Flores now. Flores on it, sends that ball over to her teammate Chavoya, and her pass was intercepted now. Cross midfield, Gobbett winning it, sending it forward. Into space, though, right for Flores. And Lopez. Lopez pass knocked away. And they're in their own defensive half again, having to defend. So here is the Rebels now, as they'll send one in the attacking third and now into the area, intercepted at the top of the area. But they still have it now, and they send a shot, and it is going to be one that it has to be, a save has to be made, the second save. The third shot now in the second half. Total of 7 in the game for the Rebels now. And here they come again now with the soccer ball. There is Urias, Maribel Urias now still, as she lost it and still fighting for it on the near side. And Urias again, and it goes past the goal line. But nice effort there by Maribel Urias. For the Rebels, leading 1-0 here in the second half. Hopefully you're enjoying all of the action in the second half of this GK Sports event. Coming into the match now is Trinity Weavy for SD Real Madrid. The goal kick ensues. As you look at about halfway through the second half, and Chavoya trying to go further, and let's see, that's going to be a foul for SD Real Madrid. That is their fourth in the match, second in the second half. Free kick by the Rebels, their first.
No ball, no ball.
Correction, their second there. And on to the soccer ball into space, and that ball goes out of play. Out of play off of the all-white. The throw-in down. SD Real Madrid down the right flank, trying to get somebody to run onto it, and they could not. I believe that's Yates in the corner, but could not get to it. So it's going to be a goal kick now, with the Rebels down, or leading 1-0 over SD Real Madrid. Rebels, second time we've seen the same club on GK Sports. Ball trickling to the central now. A touch quickly there by Giselle Rodriguez, and now it goes back into their own defensive half. And Urias trying to get to it, and that's a foul on the back of Urias. And it's going to be another free kick for the Rebels. Three fouls now in the second half for SD Real Madrid. Total of 5 in the match. And the 5th free kick. Rebels. Intercepted. SD Real Madrid, but they give it away to Gobet in the space. She's protecting. Chavoya winning it and sends an early ball. And this one is picked up by the central defender and sent all the way to midfield. But nicely coming up there, Jalea Ruiz. Ruiz still on the soccer ball, now dispossessed. And it's into space, Gobet, and Ruiz touches it out. So it'll be a throw-in. Throw-in for the Rebels on the near side touchline, leading 1-0. The longer that ball goes out of play, the more it goes out of play. It's working against SD Real Madrid in this match. They want to keep it in play. Ruiz throws it in. Ruiz off of a bounce, looking for Mia Lopez. Lopez, who's played well in this match, but could not get to it as McClendon. Kayla McClendon sending it to a teammate there now, and they continue on. Good passing all the way up forward as Urias trying to chase it down, and Urias will not get to it as it goes out of play. There'll be a throw-in. That was driven out of play by the keeper. Into space now, continuing to put pressure in the area, the penalty area. They get a strike and can't get a subsequent strike, but it does go into the central, and that is always danger if you're a defender. And that ball going all the way down the field as SD Real Madrid getting another shot, or actually their first shot of the second half. That ball goes out of play on the far side. SD Real Madrid now will throw it in as they have a total of 5 shots in the game. And there's going to be a substitution coming from the near side as Justice Houston is in the match. Also for SD Real Madrid, Gabriela Ortiz is into the match. She's number 5. After the throw-in, off of a bounce, Houston sending it forward now for the Rebels. But SD Real Madrid, defenders coming up and sending it across midfield. The Rebels are onto the soccer ball, 50-50 ball, and now one for Riley Johnson, who sends it forward, and it's knocked out of play. But they'll get an opportunity to throw it in. Aloha Espiritu over there, and actually she's not going to throw it in. It's going to be Isabel Ochoa. Ochoa throws it in, and it's knocked out of play. And Ochoa will gain some real estate and throw it in again. The Rebels leading 1-0 here at Nobel Field number 1. This ball is swept forward, SD Real Madrid, and it's going to turn out to be a foul against the Rebels. And the Rebels, their 3rd foul. 3rd free kick for San Diego Real Madrid, 7th in the match. 3rd in the second half. 6 fouls for the Rebels in this match. Ball sent all the way forward. And there's going to be another foul. So the Rebels, a couple quick fouls. SD Real Madrid, though, this one can be more dangerous on a free kick. Syria Blanco has it teed up. Blanco now sends it on the low side now, trying to get her teammate to run into it in the space, but that didn't happen. As she was hoping that time for Mia Lopez to run onto it. She sent it with some pace, but it was a little bit too much pace for Lopez. Jalea Ruiz now is going to throw it in. So Ruiz on the near side will throw it in. Ruiz off her teammate's header now in the corner. And Gobbett protects it as it's knocked out of play by SD Real Madrid. 1-0. Rebels lead late in the second half. Urgency time is going to start kicking in for SD Real Madrid. And that ball is sent forward off of Urdius. Urdius sending it back upfield and couldn't get anybody to run onto it now. They got to defend in their defensive half, and they are able to send that ball to the wide side now. And they keep it going, and that ball is going out of play.
Push up, ladies. Go, Christian. Back up place, everybody.
Near side, that ball goes out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in. 1-0, the Rebels lead. And off of a deflection, heading forward now, Chavoya has it. Chavoya takes a shot off a deflection and a save. So Chavoya, nice run and getting the shot for Real Madrid. And the save had to be made, the second one in the second half. In the central. Nicely done. About 8 minutes left to play in the match. 1-0, the Rebels lead. Trying to ride this one in for a victory in this bracket play match. Bracket A, Flight 1. The throw-in now. Jalea Ruiz on the near side off a deflection by her teammate Gabriela Ortiz. Going forward, but they couldn't go any further as Justice Houston driving it all the way down, and it turns out to be a shot. That ball was driven hard, and a shot, another shot for the Rebels in a match. That is their 8th of the match, and the save had to be made. That was the 5th of the match for the keeper, SD Real Madrid. That ball goes out of play. It'll be a throw-in to the far side touchline. 1-0, the team in all white, with the Rebels emblem on their jersey. And the Rebels name on their jersey. Number 11 coming into the match, and that is Zarela Navarro. And it is a throw-in now. The far side, as Gobbett came out. And the Rebels now send it down the left flank. Trying to go further, but that ball is intercepted and knocked out of play. Not allowed to go any further. In the space now as they continue to work. And the ball is intercepted by SD Real Madrid, but they gain it back, though. Into the central. Ruiz working on it, but her pass was intercepted. It was intercepted by Yamas, I should say. And now over to Justice Houston. Houston now slows it down and gets it to her teammate. Central defender sending it forward all the way down to Urias. Urias now Medivel. Nice work into space, keeping it alive. Houston's pass was intercepted. But nice work there by Urias as she went down on her wallet, but still was able to maintain control of the soccer ball. Now all the way down the left flank for Aaliyah Montano. Montano still working hard. Montano still on the soccer ball, but now Montano is called for foul. So now the 5th foul for the Rebels in this match. That is the 8th foul, 5th foul in the second half, as Kayla McClendon comes back into the match. 5th free kick, the 9th of the match for SD Real Madrid. And they send the ball forward, and they get a quick touch there at midfield, and Houston comes in there, and that ball still winded up over to Gabriela Ortiz and sent it over to Chavoya now, and it goes back into the central now as they continue to work their offensive game. Blanco dropping it back now, and it's intercepted Ball sent forward for the Rebels. But now running onto it is the SD Real Madrid now. As they have it, Chavoya now sending that ball forward now into the area now, trying to get another touch, and they do, but it goes out of play. It'll be a throw-in now for the Rebels. In this 1-0 affair, the Rebels are leading. Time running down, urgency time now for SD Real Madrid now. Into the corner now with the soccer ball is Blanco. Her pass was intercepted, and it will be a corner kick. So San Diego Real Madrid will get their first CK of the second half. And they've only had, this is their only CK of the match. Will they go the short kicking way? We will see. And they do. And not being able to handle it, or it was actually knocked out by the Rebel players. So they're going to work it again on the short kick. And they get it, and it's intercepted, but they do get a strike. It trickles up forward now, but onto the foot of Castorena now, sending it into the area, but it's intercepted now. Nicely done by the Rebels. Upfield as they'll chase it down. And if you are SD Real Madrid, you need to keep the ball in the defensive half of the Rebels. You need to get more shots. You need to play in their defensive half if you're going to have a chance of winning this one in urgency time. With it now is Lopez. Lopez sends it forward, finds Chavoya. Chavoya, Alexandria, now finds her teammate there, over to Blanco, but it's dispossessed that time, and all the way back into their own defensive half, and they don't need that right now. With the 1-0 lead by the Rebels. The Rebels still playing tough into spaces. The Rebels finding ways to play defensively sound, not give up shots. And around the pitch, they have done a fine job this afternoon. And they look like they're going to put this one away for a victory. Unless SD Real Madrid can do something very special here in the last couple of minutes of this match. And it goes out of play. SD Real Madrid was touched out by the Rebels, so they'll get an opportunity to throw it in. Down by one lone goal in this bracket play match of the Pegasus Cup 2017. In their own defensive half now. Stopped nicely, sent forward off a deflection, and they get it to go continuing going forward in the attacking third. So the Rebels have to get it out of play now. Here's Blanco. Blanco on the near side, the throw-in to Ortiz. They can't get another touch. It's taken away by the Rebels. And Urias is on the soccer ball, sends it across midfield, but running onto it, nicely done, is Castorena to Chavoya. They're trying to get another strike, and they will up forward if they can keep it in, as that ball is in the corner, and it goes out of play, and they are going to get an opportunity for a throw-in. It's going to be a throw-in not too far from the corner kicking area. This is dangerous if you're the Rebels. The throw-in now off of a nice defensive play by Anna Burke there in the corner for the Rebels. But here's Chavoya. Sends it to her teammate now in the space. So the Rebels winning it now. Coming out with a soccer ball. And they're maybe the last chance for SD Real Madrid. Nicely done. And here's Urias. Urias sending the ball forward. But SD Real Madrid still trying to keep going, and they cannot, as it's intercepted by the Rebels, and it goes all the way out of play, and that's going to do it. The final score, the Rebels win this bracket play match against SD Real Madrid in a very good played match by both teams. Sound match played defensively by both teams. We hope you enjoyed all of it from Nobel Field number 1. Pegasus Cup 2017. 1-0 Rebels over SD Real Madrid. So take care of yourself, as I always say. And God bless. And hopefully you'll check us out on YouTube. That's GK Sports, all in capital letters. Our Facebook page will give you updates of all sports. Just go to G space K. That's capital letters, and then space S, capital letter, and then the rest of it is lowercase letters, sports, and put that and like us on Facebook. I'm Greg GK Porter for GK Sports saying take care of yourself again. Bye now from Nobel Field #1.